So I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, like, what's the craziest thing you've seen as a bug guy? And it actually has nothing to do with bugs. So, um, I was servicing this apartment complex, and they used to just give me keys and knock doors. If they answer, great. If they don't, open up and walk in. And so I was servicing a bunch of apartments, and then I come across one that I knock and I get no answer, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And I open the door, and it reeks. But there's dog feces like everywhere, and this is like not your average complex. So I wasn't necessarily surprised, and so the dog comes towards me. I usher it into the bathroom, and I close the door, and I think I'm good to go. I start walking into the unit, and I notice a pair of legs, and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir." And nothing happens. And so I walk in a little further, and the knees are about the size of my head, and I'm like, oh, all right. So I call the maintenance guy and let him know that someone's not really there anymore, and maintenance thinks I'm joking. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm 100% serious. So he comes down to the unit, and he starts kind of panicking, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm totally fine, but, this is kind of crazy, and it's going to take up a good amount of the day, and which it did. So I after I walked away from that unit and let maintenance do their thing, calling the police, whatever, I went on to go continue doing my day. And this place had a severe rat issue. Okay, they have these little metal access panels throughout the exterior that I was trapping, not even exaggerating, like 20 to 40 rats a week. And I dropped one of these access panels, and I managed to cut through my gloves and cut my hand. No big deal. So continue going about my day until I get a phone call that PD needs to speak to me. All right, fair enough. So I go back to the unit. The guy's still in there, okay? And I have an open wound, okay? And they're asking me my story. And I tell them, and they tell me that there's no dog in there. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. There's definitely a dog in there. It's in the bathroom. I put it in there myself. So one of the officers, gloves up, puts a mask on, all that good stuff, goes in, comes back out, says that he's worried he's going to get bitten. This is a small dog, and it wasn't mean or anything, but whatever, so be it. The officer's supervisor asks me if I know the dog. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm the bug guy. I don't know them. I don't know the dog. I don't know anybody here, really. And they asked me if the dog would come to me if I went in there. And I'm like, are you asking me to catch the dog? They're like, well, yeah, if you don't mind. No gloves, no mask. They didn't give me anything. And I'm like, all right. So I walk in there, and I open the bathroom door, and this scared little dog's in there. So I pick it up, right? And its legs are facing away from me at first. Well, then, guy's still on the floor. I walk out of the unit, and I'm looking at the dog, and I turn it around, and it's kind of grimy, and I'm not understanding why, right? So I'm like looking it over. It urinates all over me, okay? And then I handed off to the apartment's assistant manager or whatever she was, because she was going to take care of said dog. I later find out that the dog was grimy because it had been laying next to its owner. I had about, I don't know, 50 missed calls from my admin panicking. Why have you been there for 4 hours? Blah, blah, blah. So I call her, and she's immediately freaking out on me. And I'm like, well, this is what happened. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she showed up to my house that night with like bottles of wine and boxes of popcorn and all kinds of crap. Felt super terrible. But yeah, that was a hell of an experience. So just thought I'd share that. I've got more, but that was probably the worst.